Hi, I'm Catherine, and I'm going to read you the book on the space station. A space station flies above Earth. Take a trip into a rocket and zoom far our planet to visit the astronauts who live and work in a space station. Shine a flashlight behind the page and hold it up to the light to reveal what is hidden in and around the space station. Discover a world of great surprises.
So with this book, you can put flashlights and everything to the illustrations, and there'll be more fun adventures behind. But you have to buy the book to be able to do it.
3 astronauts will travel to the space station in a spaceship. They will be in space in many months. Can you see what the train is pulling? Creak, rattle. The train is moving in a huge, heavy rocket. The rocket will blast the spaceship into space. The train takes a few hours to slowly move. The rocket from the building where it was made to the launch pad. About 3 hours before liftoff, the astronauts board the spaceship, which is inside top part of the rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! What happens as the rocket shoots into the air? 3 hours long arms holding the rocket falls away as it blasts into the air. It takes only 45 seconds to reach a speed of more than 1,000 per hour. Roar! 9 minutes later, the spaceship leaves the rocket, which tumbles back down to Earth. Where are the astronauts? The astronauts are strapped safely inside the spaceship. They will continue their journey to the space station. The astronauts are traveling at the speed of 5 miles per second. That's very fast. Can you see the space station? The space station is orbiting, circling Earth, around the Earth. The astronauts have to chase and catch the space station so they can dock. That can take up to 2 days. At last, the spaceship joins one of the 4 docking ports on the space station. What do astronauts find inside the space station? Hello. The astronauts open the hatch and meet the crew already on the space station. The astronauts seem to be floating inside the space station. What happens when this bag of candy is opened? The candies rise out of the package. They move slowly through the air. The candies and the astronauts look like they're floating. This is called weightlessness. Whee! It's time to go to sleep. The astronauts tie their sleeping bags to the astronaut station walls. If they aren't tied to something, the bags will float around. Can you see 2 more of the astronauts sleeping? Some astronauts sleep in small cabins that are the size of a cupboard. The astronauts can wear eye masks to block out the lights that are always inside the space station. Astronauts are busy from the moment they wake up. They have to work, but they need to keep fit too. They exercise for 2 hours every day. Which exercise machine is this astronaut using? The astronaut is using a running machine to keep fit. He is strapped in to keep him from floating away. Astronauts see 6 sunrises and 16 sunsets at the space station, travels around Earth. They also see the moon, which is orbiting Earth. It is very far away. Can you see any cities on Earth? As the sun sets, city lights are turned on. Hello, people on Earth. There's also work to do inside the station. Experiments are studied over several months in the station. There are science labs. Can you see what's living in the tank? Zebrafish swim in the tank. Astronauts study them to see where they live in space. One of the astronauts is getting ready to work outside the space station. There is no air to breathe in space. The astronaut is wearing a spacesuit that provides air and keeps him safe. Can you see him inside? Under his spacesuit, the astronaut wears a thin layer of clothing. He also has a microphone and headphones to talk to the other astronauts. The astronaut is using controls inside the space station to move a giant robotic arm. Can you see what's at the end of the arm? There's an astronaut tied to the arm. The controls will take him to the part of space station that needs repair. His tools are tied to his suit to keep them from floating away. The astronaut can call home on their computers at any time. What are the astronauts looking at? Hello from Earth. The astronauts can see their families as they are speaking to them. Their families can see them too. The astronauts enjoy a meal together before the three of them leave for Earth. The food is in a container, so it will last a long time. Fresh food is a real threat. Can you see what's inside these containers? There's a raspberry yogurt, shrimp cocktail, and chicken soup. There can be hundreds of different foods and drinks to choose from. After 6 months, it's time to go home. The astronauts set off in the space station, and mission control talks to them to set them land safely. Can you see the spaceship land? And that is it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the reading.